The wind howled through the empty streets like a wounded animal, dragging sheets of snow across the frozen asphalt. It was the kind of winter night when even the stray dogs disappeared and the town seemed abandoned. I remember glancing at the clock, 2:17 a.m., when the knock came. It wasn't a normal knock. It was weak, slow, like someone barely had the strength to lift their hand. At first, I thought I imagined it. Then it came again. Knock, knock. I sighed and pushed myself off the couch. Living alone in a quiet town meant unexpected visitors were rare, especially during a blizzard. The snowstorm outside had already knocked out the streetlights, and the power flickered every few minutes. Who could possibly be out there? When I opened the door, the icy wind rushed in like a slap to the face. And there she was. A woman stood on my porch, trembling violently. Snow had gathered in her long dark hair and across her shoulders. She wore something that looked like a thin silver dress, far too light for the freezing temperature. Her skin was pale, almost glowing under the porch light. "Please," she whispered, "I need warmth." For a moment, I just stared at her. "Are you crazy?" I said. "You'll freeze to death out here." She looked up at me, her eyes reflecting the porch light in a strange way, almost like glass. "May I come inside?" Something about her voice felt off. Calm, controlled, almost mechanical. But she looked like she was about to collapse. "Yeah, of course," I said, stepping aside. "Come in." The moment she crossed the doorway, she staggered. I caught her arm before she fell. Her skin was ice cold. I guided her to the couch and wrapped her in a blanket. She sat there quietly, staring around the room as if she had never seen a living room before. "You want tea?" I asked. She nodded slowly. While the kettle heated, I studied her from across the room. She looked human, but something about her proportions felt slightly wrong. Her movements were too smooth, too careful, like someone learning how to use a human body for the first time. "Where did you come from?" I asked. She hesitated. "Far away." "Far away where?" "There's nothing but forest for miles." She didn't answer immediately. Instead, she looked directly at me and said something that made my stomach tighten. "If you help me, I will reward you." I laughed awkwardly. "You don't owe me anything. I'm just helping someone who's freezing." Her eyes narrowed slightly. "You misunderstand. The reward will be significant." That was the first moment I realized something was seriously wrong. "Look," I said slowly. "If you're in trouble, we can call someone. Police, hospital." "No," her voice became sharp. "No authorities." The kettle whistled, breaking the tension. I poured 2 cups and handed her one. She stared at the mug like it was a puzzle. "You drink it," I said. "It'll warm you up." She copied my movement, lifting the cup carefully and taking a small sip. Her expression didn't change, but I noticed her eyes flick toward me as if studying my reaction. "What's your name?" I asked. She paused again. "Lyra." "All right, Lyra. I'm Daniel." She nodded slowly, repeating it under her breath. "Daniel." Another flash of lightning lit up the room through the window. And that's when I saw it. Out in the distance, beyond the trees behind my house, something huge hovered silently in the sky. A shape. Circular. Dark. My heart skipped. I turned back toward her. "Lyra, did you come from that?" She followed my gaze toward the window. Then she sighed. "I suppose deception is no longer necessary." The room suddenly felt colder. "What do you mean?" She stood up slowly, the blanket falling from her shoulders. And then I saw it. Her eyes changed. The pupils stretched vertically, glowing faintly blue. My body froze. "You're not human," I whispered. "No," she replied calmly. "I am not." I took a step back, my mind racing. Then why are you here? She walked toward the window and stared at the hovering craft. My vessel was damaged while entering your planet's atmosphere. I required temporary shelter while my systems repaired. You crashed? A controlled descent. Why come to my house? She turned and looked at me. You are the only biological entity nearby displaying signs of empathy. I blinked. You scan people? Yes. The situation was so surreal, I didn't even know how to react. So, what happens now? I asked. The vessel will be operational shortly, she said. And then I will leave. Just like that? Yes. And the reward you mentioned? She smiled faintly. You saved my life. That's just basic human decency. For my species, she replied, such kindness is rare. A low humming sound vibrated through the ground. The object outside began glowing softly. That is my ship, she said. It is ready. I watched through the window as a beam of pale light extended downward, cutting through the storm. My brain screamed that none of this was real, but it was happening. Lyra walked toward the door, then paused. You should come with me. What? Only briefly. Into the alien spaceship? Yes. Every instinct told me not to, but curiosity is a powerful thing. 5 minutes later, I was walking through the snow beside an extraterrestrial being toward a hovering craft. Up close, it was massive, at least 30 meters wide. The surface looked like liquid metal, shifting subtly under the storm. The beam of light lifted us gently upward. Inside, the ship was silent. Walls curved smoothly with glowing patterns moving beneath the surface like veins of light. This is insane, I whispered. Lyra approached a floating console and touched it. Holographic symbols appeared in the air. Your reward, she said. What kind of reward are we talking about? She looked back at me. Knowledge. The wall behind her transformed into a massive projection of space. Stars. Galaxies. Thousands of worlds. My people travel between them, she explained. You're telling me aliens have been exploring the universe this whole time? Yes. My head spun. Why show me this? Because individuals like you are rare. She pressed another symbol. A small metallic sphere floated toward me. What's this? A data core. It contains medical technology capable of curing many diseases currently affecting your species. I nearly dropped it. Are you serious? Yes. That could change the entire world. That is the intention. I stared at her, speechless. Why give it to me? Because you opened your door to a stranger in the cold. The ship began humming louder. I must depart now, she said. The beam returned me gently to the snow-covered ground. Within seconds, the craft shot upward into the storm clouds and vanished. Just like that, she was gone. I stood there shaking, the metal sphere clutched in my hand. At sunrise, I still wasn't sure if it had been real, until the sphere opened, and inside were blueprints that could change human history forever. Sometimes I still look out at the night sky and wonder where Lyra is now. But one thing I know for certain, the universe noticed that I opened my door, and somehow it opened one back.